Hi, I'm Shelley Carlson, the Mayor of Moorhead and 2024 Chair of the Metro Flood Diversion Authority Board. I had the honor and privilege of serving in this role 3 years ago when we were awarded the remaining federal dollars that were needed to complete the project. With that part done, construction started moving forward. This past year, more visible progress on the FM area diversion was made than ever before. Some of our many partners took an opportunity to look back at some of the highlights from the year. Let's hear what Chris Bakigard, the Metro Flood Diversion Authority Director of Engineering, and Major Kyle Volk, Resident Engineer with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, have to say about the progress.
Good to see you again, Major Volk, and congratulations on your recent promotion.
Thanks, Chris.
As we're wrapping up our big construction year of 2024, noticing that there's been great progress on the diversion inlet structure, wild rice structure, looks like they're nearing completion. Also, lots of progress on the Red River structure. Could you give us a quick recap of how construction's gone on those three big structures this past year?
Yep, the diversion inlet and the wild rice are nearly complete. We'll be wrapping those up in the spring. The Red River structure, we just hit 70% complete. We've already placed 42,000 cubic yards of concrete, which is more concrete than the other two structures combined.
We also have a lot of work going on the 22-mile southern embankment this past year as well. Can you give a few highlights of how that work's been ongoing?
We have 5 active contracts out for the southern embankment. We broke it up into multiple different sections. We've placed this year 850,000 cubic yards of embankment. The contractor, it's a little tedious for embankments as each layer is compacted and moisture control is monitored so we can ensure that we have a quality product.
That's great. So as we look forward into 2025, can you give us a quick highlight of what's coming next with the core program?
Within our program here, we have 2 more embankment projects that are out for bid right now. So SE3, Southern Embankment 3, and Southern Embankment 5. Red River structure, we should be diverting the Red River through the structure come July, August timeframe. We'll also be placing bridge decks, more concrete. We have 16 miles of pile driven out of the 21, so the last portion of piles will be driven into the ground under the Red River structure. We'll also be tying all the embankments together. We do leave sections apart, so each project is its own individual project, so we're pulling those plugs and tying everything together too.
Well, sounds great. Thanks for giving us the update on the progress on the program, and looking forward to accomplishments coming up here in 2025.
Thank you, Chris.
In addition to the great work done by the Corps and its contractors, our P3 developer, the Red River Valley Alliance, also has been busy building their portions. ASN Constructors, which is RRVA's construction arm, worked on more than 24 components of the diversion this year. Let's hear what Tom Fuchs, the MFDA Senior Construction Manager, and Katrina Nyborg, the Channel Manager for ASN, have to say about this year's work.
Thanks for joining me today, Katrina.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Tom.
Tell us a little bit. 2024 was a big year, obviously. We saw all 19 channel crossings under construction at different stages. Tell us a little bit about how ASN Constructors was up to that task and how that was managed.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2024 was a great year for the project. We're currently working the entire 30 miles all the way from Reach 1 to Reach 14, doing channel construction, bridge construction, roads, aqueducts, utilities, all that work all together. So we've got multiple crews, subcontractors, everybody working together to get the project done.
Great. In 2024, it was amazing to see the amount of work that was completed at the Maple River Aqueduct in particular. We also now see the Cheyenne River Aqueduct work starting up. Tell us a little bit about just the dynamics of completing the work alongside the river, but also shifting the river and everything that has to go to make that come together.
The aqueducts are some of the coolest part of this project. The Maple is well underway with lots of concrete work being done this summer and moving on to the next phases of the project. Cheyenne just getting started with the piling and getting started on some concrete work. As we get more into 2025, we'll finish the aqueducts, and then, like you said, we'll have to plug the existing river, divert it into the aqueduct, and then go on with the challenge of having to dig the channel through the old river. 2025, we want to continue the momentum of 2024. We'll be working all winter with our earthworks crews working 24/7 with 3 crews to maintain our production numbers, targeting about 1.5 million cubic yards per month. The structures depend a lot on the weather, but we're planning to keep going with as much as we can and then hitting full steam again with them in the spring and summer of 2025 to be able to finish all of our crossings by fall and late 2025, the Maple Aqueduct at the same time, and then move on to finish the Cheyenne in late 2025, early 2026.
Great. Well, thanks again for joining me, and we look forward to the progress in 2025.
So are we.
There's a lot more work happening on the diversion beyond the major construction. Our land management team has worked to acquire properties and develop mitigation programs. Jody Smith, the MFDA Director of Lands and Compliance, and Madeline Doubt, the MFDA's land specialist, are here to tell us more.
Good morning, Jody.
Good morning, Madeline.
We have had such a busy 2024 in land management. Can you give us a little bit of glimpse of what we've been doing the last year?
You know, we've been really busy acquiring all the necessary property rights to operate the project. So this year alone, we'll close on almost 120 parcels, which takes a significant amount of work, both from our lands team and our legal team, but also from the property owners. They need to be willing to come and sit at the table and have some difficult conversations with us. So I do want to, applaud all of them who are willing to sit down and continue to keep open communications with our lands team.
So I know that in a lot of our meetings, there's been a lot of discussion about trees. Can you tell us a little bit about the projects going around with the trees?
So we have a team that goes in and has to cut down trees. So if they're in the construction footprint, then we do have to take those trees out. We're also busy then working to plant trees. For every tree that we have to cut down, we have to go back in and plant trees. And so this past year alone, we've been working to either plant or get the sites ready to plant in 2025 on over 300 acres.
Looking into 2025, what do you see on the docket for us? I know we've already have discussed it. It's going to be another busy year. What do you foresee?
We'll have continued property mitigation, and I know that you kind of lead the effort on that. And so I think we have over 25 properties that we'll need to remediate in 2025. Again, hopefully we'll be planting another 100 acres of forest site, and then we'll continue to have our conversations with property owners.
Amazing news. Well, 2025 is going to be another busy one for us on the land management team, but I'm looking forward to it.
I am as well. Thanks, Madeline.
It's been great watching this year's progress. Mayor Carlson provided capable leadership this year, and our engineers, designers, environmental experts, laborers, heavy equipment operators, and many more have made all the progress we've just seen. I'm looking forward to leading the MFDA Board in 2025, when we'll be focused on pushing some of the components to the finish line, securing the last bit of funding that we need, and preparing for operations and maintenance on the completed components. Thanks to our many partners for all they've accomplished, and thanks to our communities for making this work toward permanent, reliable flood protection possible.